Hey guys, Ed is here. In this little video I want to show you a quick rundown of my new ENB, Surreal ENB. In this little video I'm going to show you what you have to do when you're in-game and have the ENB running. So first thing I want to do is bring up the console and then type TM, so you have new menus and can see clearly what you're doing. And yeah, then you want to bring up the ENB menu by pressing the End key. By pressing page down, you can entirely disable it, or not. By pressing delete key on your numpad, by the way, that is. By pressing the delete key, you can disable the depth of field effect. And by pressing page up, you take a screenshot. So first thing you want to do when you bring up the menu, you want to go into the ENB effect and select the weather you have. Down here is a little list of the weather patches that are available. First one is net, second one is dolomite, and so on. And over here you have this little thing where you have to select what weather patch you want. So I'm using net, but for example if I had dolomite I would go right here and select that. So this is how that works. Yeah, this is the first thing you want to do. Then close this down and go into this thing. So in here you have two techniques, Surreal plus SMAA and Surreal no AA. So this ENB ships with its own anti-aliasing. And this is because some of the shaders can conflict with the game's TAA that it has by default. So you have to disable that in the settings before you run the game. Or you don't, and then you can just disable it right in here. And if you want to fully disable it, do it like that. So as you can see, maybe not, because the video quality might be shit, but these trees look really bad now. If you turn that on and that back on, everything is smooth again. So basically this ENB completely replaces the TAA and fixes all the conflicts that were with it. So in here you have other options like image sharpness, which sharpens up your image, as you can see when you look at textures, for example. This is really good to adjust it. Better disable depth of field. Yeah, the lower it gets, the more smooth it gets, and the higher it gets, the more sharp it is. I personally like it really smooth, so I keep it at 0.5, but you can of course adjust it however you want. So next thing you want to do, or maybe you don't need to do it, but you can do, I gave you the option. We have this thing here called manual color, which has global toggle, which toggles all these settings underneath it. What you can do with it is kind of create your own little preset in it. So you don't have to mess with all this, because this is all really, like, when you change a bit of it, it can completely ruin the ENB. So I gave a few tools here, so you can change stuff without making everything look crap. So as I said, the global toggle for it is here. Then you have like exposure, which as you can see is pretty much, it gets too much really fast. Something like contrast. Oh, this is for interior. Contrast, we have here, we have gamma, it's also really cool. Yeah, stuff like that. Or just vibrance, so you have a more saturated or desaturated image. And down here you have basically control of what channel is more saturated. If maybe you don't like green, and to disable it, of course this will kind of look green still, but most of the green is disabled then. So yeah, this is what you can do with that. Other thing I guess many users look for is this thing, which disables the black bars, or also called letterbox. But you can also adjust their size down here. So yeah, I keep it at 120. This is the size I like. Then you have vignette, which does nothing at first. You actually need a size for it, as you can see, but then it does stuff. I don't like vignette, but I added this as option, so you guys can use it if you want. Maybe it is good for screenshots. I don't like it. Then you have a chromatic abortion. I don't know if it's spelled like that, but yeah, it's there. Can also use that for screenshots. I guess it's good for like action scenes if you want to screenshot that. So that is also an option here. And down here we have a post bloom. This is basically, it's not a replacer for the normal ENB bloom, which is this thing. Um, but it's like a secondary bloom. This is soft, like you won't really see the change, but when you look at the shadows, you might see it. Uh, and then we have the bloom amount, and I guess it's noticeable when you mess a bit around with it. So you can basically control a bit more of how much bloom you want without having to mess with this stuff right here. So when you're set everything up the way you want it, you want to hit save configuration, and you're basically done. Now you can enjoy your new beautiful looking game. So I hope you enjoyed and got all the info you need. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask in the comments or on the mod page. I will gladly answer them. Or maybe you just want to read the mod page yourself, because I'm gonna describe most of the stuff right there. So yeah. Anyways, yeah guys.